Here's another question. How does our upbringing affect our self-esteem, and what can we do to improve it? Well, it's a very popular and convenient reasoning to take. Oh, I am like I am because of my upbringing. It was in fact my parents' fault and the way they brought me up. My father wasn't there, my mother was this, my mother was that, and that's why I am now. I am not at cause in my life. It was in fact my upbringing. I am the hapless victim of circumstances. I didn't create those circumstances. They happened to me. And that is why I am as I am right now. What can I do? There's nothing I can do because the causes that have made me this way, they've already happened. They've gone. I can't undo them. I can't undo the fact my mother didn't love me. I can't undo the fact that I was abused. I can't undo the fact that traumatic events happened to me. Can I? And that's why I am as I am. It's very convenient, and there are any number of people who you can go and see who will support you in that view. You poor victim, you. But there's no power in that. There's another option, which is that you take the view, I am at cause in my own life. And there may well be things that were done to me. And there were situations that I didn't create, that I found myself in, that traumatized me. But what I can do, and how I am at cause now, is that I can choose what meanings I give those events in the past. And I can look and see what meanings I gave them then. And if they're not working for me, then I can change them. That I can do. So you can't change the events of the past that may have damaged your self-esteem, but you can change the meaning that you've given them. You can even choose not to be buying into it anymore. Imagine that. You could just let the whole thing go. Another very popular view is, no, you have to sort everything out. You have to sort your psychological self out. You have to understand everything, undo everything, resolve everything, reconcile everything about your past, and then you'll be free. But it isn't necessary, and it isn't possible either. It's far too vast and complex. You can let it go. Now here's an interesting thing. Let's say you manage to let go of the idea of yourself. You manage to let go of the psychological self, within which is all your unresolvedness and your pain and your woundedness. You let go of that, even for like 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Who are you in that 10 seconds? Who you are in that 10 seconds of no thought about the past, of accepting no influence from the past, does that come and go, that you? Or does it just become visible when you put down the idea of yourself. Because is that who you are? That idea you have of yourself, oh yeah, you know, I am what happened to me. That's who I am. I am what happened to me. Well, is that really true? Or do you have a deeper identity than what the past has made you? And I'm saying that you do. And that if you put all of the psychological drama stuff down for a moment, you will see that you still are. And how you are is untouched. The ground of your being, the root, the deepest level, nothing has touched that. Nothing could touch that. It's not dented, scratched, can't be stolen, can't be lost. It's always there. And I tell you what it's like. It's like a cinema screen. You go into a cinema, the screen is there, the curtain's open, there's the screen. And then the movie gets projected on the screen. And you get completely absorbed in the movie. You're crying, you're laughing, you're frightened. And all it really is just projections through a filter. And there may be guns going off and fighting. But when the film ends and the screen comes back, you don't see any bullet holes. The nature of the screen upon which this whole lifetime, on which this whole movie was projected, it didn't touch the screen at all. The screen was present all the way through. There was no point where that screen wasn't there. Now, which are you, the changing, flickering images or the screen? The constant thing. The clearing within which all that happened could take place. You are that screen. And as such, you are untouched. The screen isn't changed by what is projected upon it. Your essential nature is not changed by the drama that it lives through. More superficial levels of you, your psychological self, that's transformed and affected and changed by the things that happen and what you make of them. So, what is the real source of self-esteem? Because puffing and puffing yourself up, that's not real self-esteem. Acting tough, copying people who seem to be tough and alpha, that's not self-esteem. Self-esteem, the source of real self-esteem, appropriate, proper self-esteem, is self-knowledge. Knowledge of the self that is fine, that is not wounded, that does not need healing, that isn't greater or less than anyone else, but is unique and astonishing and wonderful. Knowing this, self-esteem arises naturally. You can't make self-esteem happen. There are all kinds of fix-its, different kinds of fix-its suggested by people who are into manipulating elements of your psychology. And that's fine. I'm not saying anything about that. But I'm saying there's a much more profound way. There's a much more wonderful way. And that is to discover your freedom freedom from the effects of the past, freedom from the part you've been playing. That's not who you are. The part you've played, that's not who you are. Your true identity is beneath that, and amazingly unaffected by it. Now, right now, I'm suggesting a possibility, but you could make this a reality for yourself with inquiry, with investigation, and with practice. Until being able to flow through your life as this, free from the constraints of the past, becomes easier and easier and easier. A wonderful transformation can happen if you choose it.